So most of you probably know that I'm fascinated by cryptozoology, legends, folklore, things like that. Anything that might present the unexplainable, the unattainable, aspects of our world that we might not quite understand, but some of us still acknowledge might exist on the cusp of reality, something just out there beyond the shadows that we haven't seen, but we're yearning to discover. In fact, I'm actually wearing my Loveland Frogman shirt right now. That's a very interesting story. If you're not familiar with it, I advise you to go look up the Loveland Frogman. The reason I'm bringing this up is because I wanted to bring to attention another story known as the flying rods. Now, if you're not familiar with the flying rods, it is an aerial phenomena in which, on occasion, some people might capture on camera, on film, these flying objects that aren't quite visible to the naked eye, but if you pause and look at them, you'll see this bizarre, elongated, almost fin-like shape soaring through the air, faster than is visible for our human spectrum. It's very interesting. Now, so far as I know, the phenomenon of the flying rods has been more or less debunked or accepted as debunked as simply mistaken identity. So in that regards, objects like maybe some insects or bats or something similar to that was caught with like a high shutter speed or a high resolution, anything that's gonna kind of blur the image a bit as it zooms past the camera. Maybe not something from another dimension, as some have suspected, or an unidentified species of insect or some type of creature, just a run-of-the-mill flying nocturnal creature that we just happen to catch with a strange exposure on camera. Maybe. I'm not 100% certain myself, but that does sound plausible. But of course, you know, I'm always open to the possibility of being something that we don't quite explain, don't quite understand. And I want to show you all this picture that I got at the Rose Hill Cemetery that I recently visited for the nighttime vendor art market. Damn!
Are you okay?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Hi, Bat.
Jeez.
Hi,
Bat.
Jeez. Wow.
That's never happened before. I'm so sorry, folks, but I got
moly.
I got literally sideswiped by a bat.
Oh my.
Okay, here's another look at this same video, and there it goes. Alright, let's go ahead and pause there, and you can see that strange little tan shape right there. Let's get an arrow on that to make it easier to see. Now, of course, as I'll explain up ahead, I think it might have been just a bat, but when you compare it to this footage from a YouTube channel called AI4QT, you can see the rods that they captured on their camera. It looks very similar to the item in the previous photograph. Now let me go ahead and rewind that and review it and put a pause on the one shot that I wanted to show you. Because if you compare it to the footage that others have taken of flying rods and skyfish, that's another name for them, skyfish, very interesting name. But if you compare it, it looks very similar. But here's the thing though too, the whole point of that video clip was me being startled by a Florida brown bat buzzing near my face, which I want to believe is very possible that that's exactly what I captured on footage. I just find it interesting though that if you pause that footage, the image of what presumably is a bat looks very similar to a flying rod or a skyfish as shown in the popular culture essentially. So that begs the question, did I actually in fact capture a flying rod on camera, or was it just a bat? And if it was just a bat, could this lead credence to the debunction that the flying rods are just mistaken identity from other flying creatures, similar to the cicadas, which decided to come out right now? Just something to think about. I just find it interesting. I'm always on the search for the paranormal, for the unusual, for the cryptozoological, and I rarely have luck in finding anything. But this time I just thought that was interesting and could potentially be something that I captured, let alone at a cemetery, no less. But as I said, probably just a bat. Probably. It remains to be seen. So, are you a Scully or a Mulder? Do you believe or Do you believe that it might just be a rational explanation, or is it something that we don't quite understand or have yet to fully discover? Remains to be seen with so much of our phenomenal world, so much out there that we don't know yet. Who knows what's lurking out there, maybe just flying above our heads right now. I advise you to go look for yourself and see, to explore exactly what might be out there in this world, and to find the undiscovered, to explain the unexplained, and to revel in the mysteries of this wonderful globe that we live on. Probably just a bat, but you never know. It's worth exploring. And if it's worth exploring, it's worth understanding and looking more into and researching and discovering. Always seek out the undiscovered, broaden our minds, explore this wonderful world. Who knows what waits on over the horizon, just beyond the cusp of what we can see. But I'll be interested to see, and I hope you'll come with me in the future as I do more explorations. See you next time.